Hello. I wanted to come on and do a live because there's been a lot of changes going on and feel ready to start sharing about some of them. I know I have shared a little bit, but just kind of wanted to get some of this out there. So if you're watching, say hello. If you're watching later, just say #replay. Always nice to see who stops by. If you don't know me, my name's Erin, and I'm a coach and a healer. And it's just been fascinating to me what has been happening. Like, the energy shifts are moving, and I really feel like if we're showing up and saying yes and what we're being guided to do, like the energy it really is moving right now. So I wanted to come on because I have been on such a journey. I've been on such a journey in my own health journey and healing journey, healing from childhood trauma and just all the traumas. And throughout my journey, a lot of I do a lot of energy work, a lot of healing, mindset work, energy work, and so on. And it was almost like, what's come to me recently, and I've always been very passionate about food and superfoods, ever since I lived in California. Superfoods are a huge thing there. And I've always been very passionate about understanding and knowing that something's very wrong with our food system. I mean, even in 2011, I left the country to go live in other countries because it just saddened me so much what we were doing to our food and, essentially poisoning our food in a lot of ways, with the glyphosate, Monsanto. And I'm not here to get all conspiracy. There's no conspiracy theory. We all know that weed killer has been sprayed on a lot of our food. And, studies show that 95% of Americans have glyphosate in their body. Glyphosate is the weed killer that has been being sprayed on our food. And that's really hard to hear and hard to reconcile with when you know that. And it's like, even eating organic, that helps quite a bit, but it still is not, we can't get to perfect anymore. What I tell people is the food that we eat now is not the same nutrient dense food that our grandparents and great grandparents had access to, because our soils are very depleted. So, I've always kind of had that feeling and known that, and, again, did my best to eat organic, not all the time. Did my best to not drink water from the tap, because that's also riddled with pharmaceuticals and glyphosate and chemicals and all of that stuff. And I've always been, I just don't share that much because, that's just not something I've ever really shared. But I've been doing that, again, since I lived in Los Angeles, of just not wanting to, eat kind of in that mainstream way or, drink the tap water or anything like that. But I've been on such a journey, and, I do my best to eat well, but it's just when you start having fatigue, and give me a thumbs up for those of you that get this, when you're exhausted, the last thing you want to do is go make a healthy meal. It's just not what you want to do. And, I started dealing with fatigue when I was about 36 and I'm 43. And so it has been an ongoing journey. And back then, when that first started, and I was so depleted, I was diagnosed with adrenal fatigue. And so I worked with that, and I worked with it a lot on the energetic level, and I really tried to change my diet then. But then life just happens and whatever, and so it was around 2020 when I kind of had this whole other wave of just being utterly exhausted, and it really felt like I was just dragging myself around behind me. I can remember sitting in the hot tub with William, and it was just like, I couldn't talk. I didn't have things to say. I was quiet. I always felt this like ache behind my eyes, like they were tired, but I couldn't even like sleep. I would lay down on the bed, but I wouldn't sleep. It's like I just had no motivation. And I felt so disconnected from myself because I am a very energetic and passionate person, that when I had the chronic fatigue, it was just like Aaron had left the building and it was just like a shell of me. And, when it was really bad, I would be in bed by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and I would just bring my laptop in there and I'd work from bed because I just needed to be laying down. And that went on for a couple years. I finally went to the doctor and was diagnosed with a very low dose of hypothyroidism. I was diagnosed with very low testosterone, low vitamin D. And I did some different things. I got on vitamin D supplements, got on thyroid medicine, and I would see just like a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. And then, but nothing that I did ever helped. And then kind of did some radical things. I just thought everybody knew about testosterone pellets, but apparently they don't. So I ended up getting testosterone pellets, and those were like close to $400 every 3 months. And they would slice my skin open on my bum cheek and stick a pellet in there. It felt like I was being burned. Because literally there was a scalpel like opening my skin up. And again, that would help me a little, but like nothing ever helped the energy fully. And then it was like, okay, well, you need to be on antidepressants. And I never did that because it just it felt like there's got to be a reason for this. Like I wasn't unhealthy. I wasn't like living my healthiest life, but I wasn't unhealthy. I worked out. And so that's when I got introduced to the somatic work and the nervous system healing. And that's really what healed my chronic fatigue. Hands down, the lack of motivation, Aaron had left the building, that all went away. But recently, again, I started feeling fatigued, and I started tracking my menstrual cycle. And it was about 10 days out. Every month, I'd start feeling tired around a certain time. I'd look at my tracker, and I was, sure enough, about 10 days out from getting my menstrual cycle, that I would start going down into this kind of really tired, dark hole where I just started feeling the low motivation again. Just not having the energy to do the things that I wanted to do. Now recently, so I'm going to add this piece in. Recently, I also had some old traumas come to the surface through the family constellation work that I've been doing, and worked with that with my dear friend Patricia, and also did some work on my own with some of those old, very old, around the age of 3, some really traumatic things happened. And I could definitely see in the world that I work in energy healing, the connection between the traumas that happened to me at age 3 and why my body might have been carrying some really dense, heavy energy that would have just been exhausting to me. And did a bunch of work on releasing that dense energy and trauma, which has been over the last, I'd say 3-4 months, something like that. Been doing that. So that piece definitely has played a role in the shift that I'm feeling today. But also, I really got clear when I went back to Iowa that So I came back from my trip to Iowa, and I went to the doctor here in Florida because I needed to establish care. She told me I was dehydrated, And that took me down a whole journey. My dear friend Bethany is becoming a regenerative health practitioner, and started talking to her about water. Well, I've been drinking reverse osmosis water for years because I thought I was doing myself a service because I didn't want to drink tap water because of all the chemicals. So I started on reverse osmosis water. Nobody tells you, so those of you that drink reverse osmosis water, nobody tells you that that's dead water. Your body, your cells can't actually absorb the water into your cells because it doesn't have the right minerals. And even when you add minerals to the water, because we tried that for a while, that didn't seem as good as drinking spring water. And I don't want to get down the water conversation because that's a big conversation. But I really recommend switching to spring water. And you can put a little bit of that through like a reverse osmosis filter if you want, and like mix the two together. But the minerals that are actually in the water that itself, your body knows what to do with that. If we're adding it in, it's like it can work a little bit, but it's not going to work as good as if it's already in the water naturally. So I changed that up, and just recently, that's not even been a week that I've changed my water. But when I got back from Iowa, my body was telling me to just stop eating meat, stop eating dairy, eggs, all of that. And so I just listened. And then eventually it's like, okay, now I'm wanting to add some other things back in. But Bethany introduced me to a company that has been helping me immensely, and it's all superfoods and regeneratively grown, meaning the soil is regenerative. So this is really the most highly dense, nutritious superfoods that you can get on the market. And it's made for people on the go so that you can eat healthy no matter what you're doing. So my upcoming trips to England and Ireland, I'm going to be traveling. I get to bring all of my superfoods with me. And I'm drinking one right now. This is one of their green shakes. It needs to be stirred up, but you can just easily do this on the go. And I feel full, and it's just great. I tell people, don't worry so much about taking things out of your diet, as in thinking about adding in really nutrient dense, super healthy stuff. Now back to the glyphosate conversation, okay? Glyphosate is a real issue that we should all be thinking about. Because what are most people? When you ask people, it's even going younger and younger, but like 35 or older, if you ask anybody, how are you feeling? Most people are fatigued, have brain fog, and have aches and pains. Most people. I truly believe it's from glyphosate. We have glyphosate running through our body. 95% of Americans, it's been shown, have glyphosate in their bodies. What is it? It's the weed killer that they put on spray on all of our food, on all of our wheat. So unless you're eating organic 24, like never putting anything unorganic into your mouth, you have glyphosate. And even if you eat organic, there's still going to be traces, most likely. What I love about this company and why I think I feel so much better is one of their products, their main 4 products that they recommend. One of them helps to repair your gut microbiome and has been shown to pull glyphosate out of your body, like 74%, I think it is, within 6 weeks. It pulls glyphosate out of your body. So and it replaces any probiotic that you're taking. So you don't have to take probiotics on top of that. But it's going to pull that glyphosate out. So is it annoying at this point that we have to pay for healthy food that should just be pure and not have glyphosate on it? Yes, that is excruciatingly frustrating. That whatever conspiracy you want to talk about, that, our food is being sprayed with poisons and our water is not healthy. And those should be just things that we just get to have. But the sad fact is that it's out of our control right now, and there's nothing really that we can do about it, except that there's this amazing company that we now have access to, or that I now have access to, that pulls glyphosate out of my body. And I've been on it for about 3 weeks, I'm thinking about 3 weeks. And I have noticed a huge shift. It was like a little rocky at first as my body was adjusting, and I'm sure as my body was reacting to what was getting pulled out of it. There was some bloating and some gas at first, but that is completely gone. My energy levels are on another level. I'm surprised, because literally I'm 1 day away from my menstrual cycle. Normally I would be exhausted. It's 4 p.m. Eastern time. I would be done for the day, and I was like, nope, I want to get on and I want to talk about this. And I have so much energy. Last month, not even that long ago, 10 days before, I was suffering. The other thing I switched up was drinking hydrogen water that has frequencies in it. Bethany also introduced me to this, from her regenerative health world. So in this bottle, I put water in. This has a membrane within it, one of the best, best on the market, that does not leach any chemicals into your water. And then the top allows frequencies. The frequency of the sun, there's one setting where it puts the frequency of the sun into the water. And then this is doing the hydrogen. And this has a magnet in it that mimics the Earth's surface. So you're literally getting Earth energy and sun energy in your water. Now this I have not even been using 1 week. I literally started this on Sunday, maybe Saturday, I can't remember. But between that and the products I'm using, I could go on and on and on. I'm blown away by what I'm seeing in my own life. And not only that, from a light worker perspective, from a entrepreneur perspective, I have felt that I just really focused on the energy work and the mindset work, but I was missing out on this physical body piece. Even when something would go on with me, I would work it from the energetic level and the mindset level, and that still will always be a piece of my work. But I've found that, that physical body piece is 100% a piece of the puzzle, and that, putting really good nutrient-dense superfoods in our body in a really easy way, and drinking the right water that's actually hydrating, and also with the hydrogen water, your cells absorb that even more. I noticed in this week that I've been using that, I'm drinking less water. Not that it's about drinking less water, but I'm drinking way less water, and I feel more energized. My skin feels more dewy. So it's like my cells they're able to actually absorb the water, because with reverse osmosis, what I was drinking before, I was just peeing it out. My cells weren't getting it, and I was dehydrated, and I was showing up as dehydrated to my doctor. What I love about this company as well is they have several different herbs and supplements, but they're all food grade. So nothing, because that's another thing with all these supplements we're taking, if we're dosing our body with these huge amounts of zinc and calcium and all the different magnesium, our bodies can't recognize the supplements, and you're peeing a lot of that out. When it's food, so just this smoothie alone, you should see the list of vitamins and minerals that's in it. It's crazy. But they also have other supplements. So right now I'm on a supplement of theirs for my adrenals. It's called Bee Energetic, and it's literally got bee pollen and American ginseng, and they have stuff for testosterone, which is hilarious because here I was going and getting pellets shoved in my butt cheek, the side of my butt cheek. Yes, that really happened. I was really getting the side of my butt cut open and having a doctor put testosterone inside so that I could be functioning normal human because I was so depleted and exhausted. That was my life. That was my life. And I am so over the narrative that, oh, I'm getting older, that's just what happens, or how we normalize this as a society. We normalize being exhausted. I'm really over that. I'm really over that narrative. It doesn't have to be true. And then the whole perimenopause conversation that women over the age of 35, it's like, well, yep, that's what happens. You're just gonna now have to deal with being exhausted all the time and hot flashes and low energy and aches and pains and low testosterone. And it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. Bethany would say, what I learned from her, common, not normal. It's very common. It's literally 99% of people, I feel like, are exhausted. And it's a big reason of that is this glyphosate running in our system, which we now have a product that pulls it out of your body, and it's not getting nutrient-dense food, and it's not getting our cells not able to absorb what we need from the food, and then there's not enough nutrients to absorb. So the list goes on and on and on, and I didn't want this to be a long video. I just want to come on and share some information that I've always kind of felt and known, but now I feel so much more strongly about since this stuff has come into my life. And I'm just really excited to share about it and to help people on another level with their health as well as their mindset and their energy system. Like, it all works together. And I think some of us, myself included, just focus in the one area and then that other area suffers. So we need to have all of it together. And now I have products that I would not get behind anything that I didn't feel 1000% like this is life-changing. So yeah, if you're tired of being exhausted, if you're tired of fatigue, if you're tired of the aches and pains, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're tired of the autoimmune disorder or whatever it is you've got going on, just comment below, comment health, and I can send you some information. I can send you 2 different things, but we can just start with the information on the superfoods and pulling the glyphosate out of your body. That's the place to start and to clean up the gut, because most of us have leaky gut from our diet and from all that. And so we have a product that takes care of that for you. You don't have to take 47,000 different things. It's literally one product that will pull the glyphosate out of your body while it's healing your microbiome. So, and within 6 weeks. Also, what I love about this company, why I'm going to be screaming it from the rooftops, there's a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's unheard of. So I'm like, give me 45 days. Just give me 45 days. And if you're like, Erin, I see nothing, I'll be like, cool, let's refund your stuff and get you your money back. Because that's how confident the creators of these products are. And I mean, I'm going on 3 weeks and I've seen a shift. So right there alone, like, I just want you to think about if like anything that I'm saying throughout this conversation is sparking something within you, I want to tell you, just give me 45 days. It doesn't even, I really should just say 30. Just give me 30 days. But really, depending on the severity of what you have going on, I want to just buffer a little. But we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. And so that's the products, the superfoods, the removing the glyphosate. They even have a parasite cleanse that you would take over 2 months. You do like 10 days on, 20 days off and then 10 days on. Everybody has parasites, so just get over it. It's not a big deal. We need to cleanse our bodies. And that's what this company is all about. It's about cleansing and detoxifying while nourishing you with high vibe, nutrient dense, regeneratively grown food. And then there's an amazing product called Apothecary that's really good for anti-aging and helps you sleep. And then they've got the super aminos, which that is like the building blocks of protein. And I take those first thing in the morning, and then I eat fruit and take smoothies, and I'm just getting in as much nutrient dense food as I can. And I can kind of give you my whole spiel. And then the other conversation is if you want to know more about kind of really upgrading your water to a hydrogen water. This is a medical device, and it is, I would just see it as an investment in your health. The prototype of this has lasted 7 years. So we know the bottle lasts at least 7 years. We don't know how long it lasts. But while you're getting hydrogen, which is going to help your body absorb water more, because your cells can't absorb the water if it's dead, you're also putting frequencies of the sun and energy. There's a recovery setting that you do in the afternoon. I need to do that one. You're putting frequencies into your water while also putting hydrogen in your water. So 2 separate conversations, but really these two things plus a few more products have changed my life. And I'll let you know more because this company that does the superfood just came out with a perimenopause like herbal supplement, and I just ordered that. So I'll let you know how that goes, but I'm just really excited about that. They also have a supplement for testosterone, so you don't have to do the pellets if you're low in testosterone. But really, it's just about reclaiming your health. And then for anybody that's hearing all of this and is like, wow, I'm curious to know more about these partnerships, then reach out to me, because as entrepreneurs, as light workers, it's really about multiple streams of income. That's the name of the game anymore. We've got to have multiple streams of income. And these companies adding this on, if any of this is of interest to you, first and foremost, help yourself, help your family, get your health in order. By the way, they have a smoothie that tastes like chocolate. I haven't tried it yet. Tastes like chocolate. And it's got the biome in it, the biomedic in it, which is going to help pull the glyphosate. So you can give that to your kids, and it'll pull glyphosate out of their bodies. 74% reduction in 6 weeks. And also give them tons of nutrients. So it's a very nutrient-dense smoothie that you can give your kids. And adults like it too. So I could go on, but if you're curious and you want to know more, just comment health below. And if you're like, tell me more about the business side of things, then private message me and say that. Tell me more about the business side of things. Because this is the way the future is going, right? There's so much energy coming on the planet now, and so many things opening up for us. And it's time, I'm really getting behind, it's time for light workers to be well resourced so that we can keep doing our light work. And I couldn't do that. I could not do the work that I'm doing right now and help in the way that I'm helping with the low energy I was experiencing. I had to go through healing all of the traumas and tribulations that I had, and healing my body. My body was just depleted. My adrenals were depleted. I don't think I was getting anywhere near the nutrients I am getting now. I wasn't getting the water and the hydration that I'm getting now. So when we're fueling our body, when we're healing our mind and our energy and shifting the trauma and the dense energies out of our body and simultaneously fueling our depleted bodies and pulling glyphosate out, miracles happen. So I'm going to stop talking, but comment health below if you want to know more about the green. You can put health, green smoothies, health, water bottle, or health, both. Okay, and we can discuss that, and then message me if you want to talk about the business side of things, because there are so many opportunities with both of these companies, and I'm really loving the people it's bringing into my life, the conversations I'm having, and just everything that's shifting and moving and grooving over here. So thank you for anybody that was watching. If you watch later, if you watched to this point, thank you for watching, and would love to talk to you more about your journey and help you out. All right, have a great day.